Going to do a build of the Romulan Valdore from Star Trek. And this was requested by one of my YouTube viewers, so let's get to it. Okay, here I'm going to start with the NG6 landing bay. Now what we're going to do with this build is we're going to go through the build layer by layer. And this is sort of a non-traditional build because we don't attach a whole lot of the ship to the ground except at the very beginning and the very end. So try and stay with me on this. But we're also going to, at the end, we're going to look at some upgrades to the reactor and grav drive based on the fact that I tried to keep this so you didn't need any starship engineering in order to do this ship build. So we're going to start with this landing bay from Nova Galactic. It is the NG6 landing bay, and then we're going to attach this Stroud control station for more crew stations to the back of that. Okay. We're going to then attach the Magellan C1X cockpit, the front of that hab. And then we're going to put underneath the hab, in the back section there, this 100 DP slim docker from Deimos. Okay, great. We'll get on to the next layer of the ship. We're going to place the Nova Cowling 2 LTF with a mass of 4 on top here so that it overlaps the cockpit. Behind that, we're going to place the Stroud all-in-one berth. Now you got a place to sleep. Crawl up in there and take a nap. I'm going to use the Deimos Wing A. Back here. Alright. And behind this hab, we're going to use this other hab, which is the Stroud Workshop. So you can have a place to work on your weapons and armor. Alright. We're going to double click on all this and move it a little bit more centered. Then we're going to put a Nova bracer behind that with a mass of 3. Going to use the Aurora 11G grav drive that has a grav jump thrust of 27. Okay, and then we're going to put an Ammon 3 engine. Now I know it's an A engine, but I'm going to go through the engine philosophy here at the end, and you'll see what I wanted to do with that. Double click all of this, center it. Great. Okay, now for the next level of the ship, let's take this Ammon 3 engine, place it on top of the other one. So now we've got them stacked. And in front of that, we'll attach the Z Machine 2000 reactor from Ammon Dunn. That has 21 generated power for a reactor. And that does require piloting rank 3, but that's because it's a B-class reactor. Alright. For cowling, we're going to use the Stroud Nose Cap B, 4 top. Alright, and then on either side, we're going to connect the Stroud Cap A. That creates some of the wings cowling at this point. And now these Dunn 11 engines, B-class engines, will attach to the back of these Stroud Cap A's. Now the way they attach, let me zoom in a little bit here for you. The top of the 2-level high engine right here attaches to the Stroud Cap A. If you were too high as you brought it in, you could then just take that piece off and hit F to get it to go lower, and then attach it. Okay? You can do that with F to go down and R to go up. Alright. Alright, let's get on to the next level. We're going to connect the Nova Bracer from Nova Galactic underneath the back portion of this Stroud Cap A. And the same thing on the other side. And underneath the front, we're going to attach these Ulysses helium tanks. They have 50 grav jump fuel. Alright. And then we're going to cowl the sides with the Stroud Cap A again. And for additional cowling on the rear, we're going to use the Deimos cowling aft with a mass of 3. Those go behind the Stroud Cap A. Excellent. Now you can see we're reaching down toward the ground on either side here, but the underside of the ship has all of this negative space. It's a really cool design. Not my design, the Romulan design. I like it. So now we flipped these Stroud Cap A underneath here to create the illusion that these wings are sweeping out. And I'll show you how you do that. Just take the normal Stroud Cap A. We'll take this off of here and demonstrate. I'm going to hit Control G on this piece to duplicate it, and then I'm going to flip this piece until it fits underneath there like that. We're going to hit F to go down, put that underneath there. Alright. And then we're going to take another Stroud Cap A and place it on the side of that. On either side. And then to create the illusion that the wings are sweeping forward, we're going to reduce the cowling but still use the Hope Tech nose B aft on the back of those. Alright. Now we're getting down to the ground. So we're going to use, to attach the next piece here, we're going to use the Nova Bracer, and I believe that goes underneath the front. Does it go underneath the front here? Yes, it does. Underneath the front of this Stroud Cap A. We can do that on both sides. Okay. Now behind that, we're going to place a Nova Cowling 2L. This is the third version of that, so it's flipped around. Put one of those on both sides. Okay. Then the back here, we're going to use the Pinpoint 3G landing gear. Starboard aft for this one, lander thrust of 1. On the back. Okay. Now underneath on the front, we're going to do the same. So we're going to take this Nova Cowling 2 LPF, the first version of it, place it on there. And then for additional landing gear, we're going to place the Hope 6 landing gear, starboard 4. It has a lander thrust of 2. And then we're going to play a little trick with our eyes with this Deimos bumper. This is the second variation of it, which is a cowling that is too long, 2 units long. Okay, we'll go over some coloring at the end as well. Then I've placed the Shroud Cap A, swept forward from the Shroud Cap A above it. Create the sweeping forward sort of illusion there. Placing the Hope Tech Nose B on the back of those for additional cowling. Alright. On the top of the ship, we're going to place the Deimos Spine A right above the reactor. And then we're going to flip one around using Z. Put that behind there. I'm going to delete this piece and show you how I would do that real quick. Even after you've colored it, you can hit Control G, pull this piece out, hit Z to flip it around, and then place it back on the ship. Alright. It's time to add weapons and shields to the ship. So we're going to put this Warden SG-100 shield generator, 525 shield max health, and uses 5 power at its maximum. Right there. Okay. Then we're going to place this Atlatl 270B missile launcher dealing 68 hull and shield damage right on the front of this Shroud Nose Cap B. Then we're going to place a Horizon weapon mount on the ship. Wherever you like. I kind of like it under the cowling a little bit back here. Take the weapon off of there. And this Horizon weapon mount also has 2 places that you can attach it. Attach the weapon. Okay. So we can put those back there, and then I'm going to use the PBO 100 auto neutron beam from Ballistic Solutions, dealing 14 hull damage and 14 shield damage, fire rate of 5, and a total power requirement of 3 right there. And another one on the other side. Now, just so we have 3 weapon systems, I'm going to place this KE-42 cannon on the back, almost as if it were a little addition to the tail of the ship. Okay? That gets us a nominal build, but you'll need to go in to your weapon assignment. And on this particular ship, I used the auto neutron beam for the left click and the KE-42 cannon for the right click. This allows you, if you are using this third system here, this cannon as your third system, you can press both left and right mouse buttons once you know you're targeted on the ship, and deal cannon and laser damage to the ship. Once you're locked on, hit G on PC to launch your missiles. Okay? So that is all systems nominal for this particular ship. Now let's go over the coloring for the ship. Now you can double click on the ship and get whatever shade of green you'd like for the main color of the ship. And there's, depending on the lighting, depending on the cinematic, this may be extremely dark for the ship. It's up to you what you'd like to do. Just get yourself there in the green Slide that around until you have the right color mix for your ship. I'm going to hit cancel on that. And then I'm going to show you what I did for the bright green, which is the simulation of the lights or energy on the ship. And on these various pieces here, the Hope 6 landing gear, the Deimos bumper, and the pinpoint landing gear in the back, we use this color scheme of color 1, deep green, and color 2, this neon green. Take your saturation all the way up to the top, your brightness all the way up to the top, whatever variation of green, if you like more yellow or more blue, or keep it right in the center of the green like I did there for a neon green. And then color 3 for those, I believe, was this deep green. Okay. Now the reason I made these pieces a deeper green, I wanted to reduce the effect of the eye on these Nova cowlings. They're necessary to attach these pieces on here to create the look of the ship, but I wanted to accent these particular pieces to create one continuous piece with the eye. All right. But you can see how only our landing gear and our landing bay are touching the ground. And I think that's an interesting design that they did for the Valdore, and it was certainly interesting to work with it as well. Now, this one has a mobility of 89, a jump range of 28 light years. Next crew of 5, you'll need to have your own crew command skill upgraded to get a crew of 5, but you can certainly put 4 on here, which is all your major companions, right, from Constellation. A shield of 525, cargo of 220. Now, if you wanted to sacrifice some of your mobility on the ship, there is some cowling available here with a certain shielded cargo that we could put on here. Either the ballast cargo hold or the shielded cargo hold. Okay, taking us up to 380 cargo, reducing the mobility to 82. That's up to you. Make the ship your own. Now I'm going to upgrade the ship if you have some more ability to do so. We're going to take out this Z Machine 2000 reactor. And we are going to delete it and get a different reactor in here. I'll pull away from the ship a little bit, press G, and then get into our reactors. And go down to our highest B-class reactor. So depending on what you have available, you could generate a lot more power for the ship with the 104DS mag inertial reactor from Dogstar. But that requires Starship Design Rank 4. So whatever Starship Design rank you have, you can get in here and add this reactor and increase your power output. Now we have 39 reactor, which would allow us to change our weapons. With that Starship Design, you may have access to heavier weapons for the ship, even in Class B, okay? So you could change those up. And then for our grav drive, we currently have the Aurora 11G grav drive. We can take that one out of there. That has 27 grav jump thrust. If you had more capability for your Starship engineering, Starship design, you could go to a B-style grav drive that has 36 grav jump thrust at just Starship Design Rank 2. Okay? Bring our jump range up to 30 light years. Alright? And then with the cargo removed, if you just want to be a fighter ship, this would then have a mobility of 81. Pretty good. With that additional power, we've got a lot more. We could get rid of the Warden SG-100 shield generator and drop in one of my favorite B-class shields, which is the Vanguard Bulwark shield generator. Taking 12 power and having 1,450 shield max health. That's up to you. So we're going to post this up and you can see it on YouTube, and I think that we'll just end the video there. Thanks for everything. I can't express how excited I am about all of you who have watched us on YouTube, watched my channel on YouTube, and please come see the live stream. That's at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then watch us for when we show up playing Minecraft on the off days, and we'll also play Baldur's Gate on Friday at 9 p.m. Mountain Time. Okay, and we'll see you next time on Quest ALTV.